The void of space stretched endlessly, silent and dark, broken only by the faint glimmer of distant stars. Among them floated an ancient relic, a space station long lost to human history. Its metal hull, scarred by centuries of cosmic dust and micrometeoroid impacts, reflected a pale light. No ship had visited this station in hundreds of years, and its existence had become a ghost story among explorers. A small scout ship approached slowly, its engines whispering against the emptiness. At its helm was a man dressed in a ceremonial uniform, golden trim glinting faintly against the dark metal of his ship. His uniform was old, far older than any standard issued by modern fleets, yet it carried authority. Centuries of tradition were woven into its fabric, and its insignia spoke of courage, wisdom, and knowledge. He studied the station carefully. Its shape was unusual, angular and layered, almost organic in design. Sensors showed faint energy readings, but nothing like the hum of an active station. Still, there was life, or at least something resembling it. Something ancient stirred. With steady hands, he guided the scout ship to the station's docking bay. The bay doors were cracked and worn, but surprisingly they opened with a slow hiss as if recognizing him. A chill ran through him as he stepped into the station's dark corridors. Dust floated in the dim lights, disturbed only by the movement of his boots. The man's name was Captain Elias Wren, an explorer of lost knowledge and forgotten human civilizations. He had been chosen for this mission because of his understanding of ancient codes, languages, and human traditions. While most modern explorers relied solely on advanced technology, Elias carried the wisdom of the past, a knowledge that machines alone could never possess. As he moved through the station, faint flickers of light illuminated old control panels. Holographic displays, long dormant, blinked into life when he approached. Symbols he had studied in old archives danced across the air. Some he recognized. Some were completely foreign. The air smelled faintly metallic, mixed with the scent of old machinery in disuse. In a large central chamber he found the heart of the station, a spherical core, pulsing faintly with energy. The core was enormous, suspended in the air by invisible forces, and its surface shimmered like liquid metal. When Elias reached out, a ripple of energy ran across his uniform, and the station seemed to respond. "Who comes to awaken the void?" a voice asked, soft but commanding, echoing through the corridors. It was not a voice recorded or stored in any human database. It was alive, thoughtful, and curious. Elias froze for a moment, then spoke. "I am Elias Wren. I am human. I come in peace, seeking knowledge of those who came before." There was a pause, then the lights in the chamber brightened. The station's machinery hummed as if considering his words. Doors opened along the walls, revealing hallways that led deeper into the structure. Every step he took seemed to resonate with the station, as though the building itself was alive and watching him carefully. He explored cautiously. In some rooms he found archives of information etched into walls of polished metal. Holographic images flickered to life, humans walking corridors that Elias could almost imagine as alive. Strange machines moving with precise intelligence, maps of galaxies beyond his knowledge. Yet there was something unsettling, gaps in the records as if entire missions had vanished without explanation. Suddenly, alarms rang softly. Panels blinked red, not in anger, Elias realized, but in caution. The station's sensors had detected something. Perhaps him, perhaps a distant anomaly. A small drone appeared, hovering silently in the air. It scanned him, then retreated, vanishing into the shadows of the corridor. Elias smiled slightly. "Curious," he muttered. "Not entirely dead. It's cautious, but alive in its own way." He moved further into the heart of the station. The corridors curved and twisted unnaturally, as though the architecture itself had grown rather than been built. Gravity fluctuated subtly in some areas, making his steps uneven. He adjusted his suit's stabilizers and continued, driven by curiosity and respect for the unknown. In a room larger than any he had seen, he found what appeared to be a command center. Panels flickered with energy, and a massive screen stretched across one wall. On it, star maps rotated slowly, showing sectors of the galaxy lost to modern charts. Some of the systems were named in languages long extinct, others marked only with symbols Elias could not decipher. He approached the largest console. As he placed his hands on the controls, the station reacted. A holographic interface expanded, showing a massive ship nested within the station hidden for centuries. Its hull was sleek, dark, and almost organic in form. The ship had been dormant, but the core's pulse indicated that it was awakening. Curiosity leads the brave. The voice intoned again. Are you prepared to see what lies beyond? Elias straightened. I am ready. Humanity has always reached for the unknown. The station shivered lightly, and panels across the walls shifted to accommodate new pathways. The dormant ship began to move subtly, repositioning itself within the station. Its engines, long silent, pulsed faintly as if testing the void. Elias realized the magnitude of what he had discovered. This station was not just a relic. It was a guardian, a preserver of knowledge and a host to a vessel that could travel farther than any human craft. And now it was awakening because of him. He spent hours exploring the station, discovering archives, maps, and records. The technology was unlike anything in current human fleets. Machines responded not just to commands but to intention. Elias noted patterns in the energy flows, sensing the intelligence that guided the station. It was not artificial in the way humans understood. There was something alive, something aware. Yet amid the wonder, danger lingered. The station's ancient security systems were still active. At one point, a section of the floor shifted beneath him, revealing a hidden corridor. Panels flashed warnings and symbols that threatened confinement. Elias used his knowledge of old codes to calm the systems, showing patience, respect, and intelligence. The station recognized him not just as a visitor, but as a worthy presence. Night in the void meant nothing, but Elias felt a strange exhaustion as he moved through the twisting corridors. He found a small chamber with a resting platform and decided to pause. As he sat, he looked through the viewport at the infinite dark. The stars seemed distant and cold, yet among them the station and he shared a rare moment of life. The core's pulse grew stronger, as though it had recognized a new bond forming. Elias could feel the energy resonate through the station, the ship, and even his own body. He realized that the station and the vessel within were awakening not just because of physical presence, but because of the human mind and spirit he brought with him. Hours later, a sudden vibration shook the station. Panels shifted and corridors seemed to realign themselves. The ship nested inside the station was moving more deliberately now, testing space as if stretching after centuries of stillness. Elias approached the vessel cautiously. He could feel its intelligence probing him, evaluating. He extended a hand toward the nearest console. Holographic symbols appeared and reformed in patterns he recognized. The station and ship were communicating with him, not with words, but with thought, intention, and pattern. A sudden sound, low and resonant, echoed through the central chamber. It was not music nor mechanical noise. It was the voice of the ship awakening. Guardian, human, awake the past, guide the future. Elias's heart raced. He had always believed in humanity's unique qualities: courage, intelligence, intuition. But to see them recognized by something older than recorded history filled him with awe. He understood now that humans were not merely explorers. They were keyholders, capable of awakening knowledge and technology beyond imagination. The station shifted once more. Massive sections rotated, revealing corridors that led to the hidden ship. Engines glimmered faintly as they powered systems that had been dormant for centuries. Elias felt the weight of responsibility. He could command this awakening, but he had to earn it. The ship would trust him only if he proved his wisdom and courage. As he moved along a newly revealed corridor, lights flickered in patterns that mimicked human thought, almost like a heartbeat. He knew that the bond between human and station was forming. This was the beginning of a partnership that could unlock the void, explore forgotten worlds, and reclaim humanity's ancient place among the stars. Suddenly, a door opened to the ship's hangar. The vessel, sleek and dark, floated as though in water, suspended by energy fields. Its design was both alien and familiar, echoing human intuition in curves and angles. Its engines pulsed softly, waiting for command, waiting for the first human to awaken it fully. Elias stepped forward, ceremonial uniform gleaming, boots echoing on the metallic floor. He touched the ship's hull lightly, feeling a resonance, a greeting, a silent acknowledgement. The station had awakened a guardian, and now it was revealing its true heart, a spaceship that could traverse the stars beyond known maps. A new pulse ran through the ship and station, stronger than before. Elias realized he had become part of something much greater than himself. Humanity's courage, knowledge, and spirit had awakened a machine older than any record, proving that the human mind could inspire life in the dead, bring light to the void, and bridge the past with the future. The hum of the station filled the void like a quiet heartbeat. Captain Elias Wren stood at the edge of the hangar, staring at the sleek, dark spaceship that floated suspended by unseen energy fields. Its hull reflected the dim light of the station, shimmering with hints of the stars outside. This vessel had slept for centuries, hidden in shadows, waiting for the right moment and the right human to awaken it. Elias could feel the weight of history pressing upon him. He had spent his life studying human traditions, codes, and languages that most had long forgotten. Now that knowledge was not merely academic. It was the key to bridging the past with the future. The spaceship pulsed faintly, a subtle thrum that resonated deep in his chest. He took a deep breath and stepped closer. "I am Elias Wren," he said clearly, his voice echoing in the hangar. "Human, explorer, guardian. I come in peace and seek only knowledge." The ship responded, not with words but with vibrations through the floor, the air, and even his uniform. Symbols appeared in the air, shifting and forming patterns he recognized from ancient archives. The station had taught him their language, geometry, light, and energy flowing together. He extended his hands toward the holographic interface, tracing patterns of recognition. The spaceship stirred. Engines glimmered faintly, their energy flowing like a river of light. Panels along its hull shifted, opening channels and ports that had remained sealed for centuries. A soft voice different from the station's resonated in the hangar. "Human, chosen, worthy. Awaken the path," Elias smiled. "I am ready," he said. "Show me what you are. Let us walk this path together." The spaceship's hull shimmered and a doorway opened, revealing a control room illuminated by soft, pale lights. Elias stepped inside, marveling at the design. It was unlike anything he had ever seen. Organic curves and precise machinery blended seamlessly, as though the ship itself was alive. Panels glowed with energy, and symbols shifted in patterns that seemed to respond to thought. He approached the central console. As his hands hovered above the controls, the ship's AI, or whatever intelligence resided within, tested him. Holographic sequences flashed rapidly. Star maps, simulations of cosmic events, and fragments of human history intertwined with data from unknown civilizations. Elias analyzed each in turn, decoding patterns, predicting outcomes, and understanding the ship's logic. Hours passed. In the void, time had little meaning, but Elias's mind worked steadily, building a bond with the ship. He realized that its intelligence was not cold or mechanical. It was curious, cautious, and willing to learn. And it would not awaken fully until trust had been established. Finally, the ship responded. Engines flared softly, and energy flowed like a living river through the corridors. Symbols coalesced into a clear message. Guardian confirmed, path open. Begin the journey. Elias felt a surge of triumph and relief. Humanity's qualities, curiosity, courage, intelligence, had awakened something far older than themselves. He had bridged centuries of silence, proving that human thought could inspire life even in the dead. The ship's hangar doors opened, revealing the black void outside. The stars stretched endlessly, distant and cold yet full of possibility. Elias climbed into the pilot's seat, adjusting the controls with care. The ship responded to his touch, intuitive and precise. It was as though it had waited centuries for the guidance of a human mind. With a gentle hum, the spaceship detached from the station. The ancient relic began to drift away, its corridors echoing softly as it remained behind, a silent guardian of the void. Elias felt a mixture of awe and responsibility. He was now the first human in centuries to command a vessel of such power and history. As the ship moved through the void, holographic displays revealed dangers ahead. Asteroid fields, rogue comets, and remnants of ancient cosmic storms. Elias guided the ship with steady hands and careful thought, anticipating each movement. The vessel responded flawlessly, weaving through obstacles as if guided by instinct. Hours turned into days, or what felt like days in the void. Elias discovered the ship's hidden features, defensive systems that could neutralize threats without harm, energy shields that bent light around the vessel, and sensors that could detect minute shifts in cosmic radiation. Every system was a testament to human ingenuity waiting to be awakened by human guidance. Then a flash of light appeared ahead. A small comet hurtled toward them, its trajectory unpredictable. Elias's heart raced. He engaged the ship's stabilizers, tracing the comet's path in his mind and calculating a safe route. The vessel responded instantly, engines flaring to adjust course. They passed safely, the comet's tail glittering against the darkness. The ship pulsed with a rhythm that Elias had come to recognize: awareness, gratitude, and trust. It had acknowledged him fully now. Humanity's legacy had awakened not just technology but intelligence, courage, and honor. As they traveled further, the ship revealed more of its history. Holographic projections displayed star systems that had long been forgotten, planets once mapped by humans but lost to time. Elias saw records of explorers who had vanished into the void, their fates unknown. The ship had preserved their knowledge, waiting for the human mind capable of understanding and respecting it. Elias realized that this was more than a mission of exploration. It was a partnership between human and machine, past and future. The ship had the capacity to carry humanity farther than ever imagined, but only if guided by human wisdom. Days passed, and the void stretched endlessly. Elias grew attuned to the ship's subtle cues. A flicker of light meant a nearby anomaly. A soft vibration signaled an approaching star, and a gentle hum indicated stability. He learned to move as one with the vessel, thinking not just with his mind but with his instincts, intuition, and courage. Then, on the edge of an uncharted star system, they discovered something remarkable. A planet long thought uninhabitable revealed signs of ancient life. Structures faint and worn by time glimmered in the planet's atmosphere. Elias's heart leapt. Humanity's reach had awakened not just technology, but potential for discovery, knowledge, and connection across the stars. The ship hovered above the planet, scanning and mapping. Holographic images filled the control room. Forests of crystalline trees, rivers of glowing liquid, and cities of unknown design. Yet within it all, there were traces of humanity's influence, symbols, markings, and signs that suggested humans had been there before. Elias knew that the ship had chosen him not only for exploration, but for understanding. It trusted human judgment, creativity, and ethics, and humanity through him had proven worthy of commanding this ancient marvel. Suddenly a shift in the void caught his attention. A rogue asteroid, larger than anything they had encountered, moved toward them. Elias acted instantly. With precise calculations, he engaged the ship's energy shields and navigated a path around the asteroid. The ship responded with flawless execution, engines flaring in a dazzling display of light and power. As the danger passed, Elias breathed deeply, feeling a connection stronger than ever. The ship pulsed, acknowledging their partnership. Humanity had awakened something beyond its time, something that had waited centuries for courage, wisdom, and honor. That night, though night was meaningless in the void, Elias rested briefly in the ship's control room. He gazed at the stars through the viewport, marveling at the infinite possibilities. The void was no longer empty. It was alive with potential, guided by human thought, intuition, and spirit. When he awoke, the ship had moved closer to the planet. Holographic interfaces displayed data streams he had not yet understood, showing ecosystems, energy flows, and hidden anomalies. He studied them carefully, tracing patterns, predicting outcomes, and planning exploration routes. The ship responded eagerly, anticipating his commands and suggestions. Days turned into weeks. Elias explored planets, navigated asteroid belts, and cataloged forgotten star systems. Each discovery strengthened the bond between human and machine. He realized that the universe had not forgotten humanity. Humans had the power to awaken, guide, and harmonize with it. One day, deep in the void, the ship brought him to a system of 3 suns. Their light reflected on distant planets, creating a tapestry of color unlike anything seen before. Holographic images displayed structures on one of the planets, ancient human colonies preserved by time and energy fields. Elias's eyes widened. Humanity had once reached here, long before recorded history. He felt a surge of pride and responsibility. Humanity's courage, intellect, and spirit had endured, guiding them across centuries and stars. And now with this ship they could reclaim their place among the cosmos. The ship pulsed again, softly, almost like a heartbeat. Elias smiled, feeling the warmth of companionship in the cold void. Together, human and machine would explore, discover, and awaken the forgotten corners of the universe. The void outside remained silent, dark, and vast. Yet within it, a human mind and an ancient ship moved together, blazing a path for the future. Humanity had awakened the past, and in doing so had claimed a new beginning. As the stars stretched endlessly ahead, Elias whispered, "Let us go further, and show the universe the strength of humanity." The adventure had only just begun, but the void would never be empty.